So my least favorite manager is leaving this week. And to be honest, it's the least interesting thing that's happened this week because my best friend at work told me some news about themselves that I was not ready to hear. Still to this day, I'm still shocked upon what they've told me. I know I said she's my least favorite manager, which is true. I will agree. She is my least favorite manager. Like my only goal when I was there working with her was just to basically say nothing. And I knew that it was just going to go well. As long as I just didn't say anything, I knew that it was going to go well. Mind you, I never hated her. It was just not good. Her personality was just boring. She didn't have much going on. It wasn't a joy to work with her in general. So I'm really glad that she is leaving. But at the same time, I'm really scared because like that next person that's going to replace her, she or he could be way worse than the manager I have right now. Then I'm in trouble really. This is the bad news upon what my best friend told me. So I'll give you a little bit of context of my best friend. And I'm so glad that I can say her name this time. But my best friend, her name is Isabella. When I first started working at the restaurant, she like automatically, like we like within literal days of me starting working with her, she was my absolute favorite person to work with. Like it was immediate. Like it literally felt like it was like a female version of me. Like we just got along so well. It was just an amazing duo. It's insane. She was a server, I'm a busser, and she was just so kind. And she just overall just has so much energy. And to be totally transparent with you, in the restaurant industry, I didn't get to work with her that much. I mainly worked with her on Fridays or Saturdays or Sundays. Those are the times I mainly worked because I was majority of the time working lunches and she worked dinners. So we didn't really work with each other that often, but we worked with each other at least once a week. At least once a week we worked with each other. And her energy's so powerful that like if I'm having a bad day or something, I'm like it's okay because if I make it to Friday or Saturday, I know that my day is gonna get better because I know that she's gonna be there, and it's literally like it's like a version of me just with more energy. That's just who she is, and everybody loves working with her. And so I literally love working with her so much. And gosh, this is gonna be a hard video. Okay, so now it's summertime, right? Her and I have been working with each other for like 5 months, but not every day. It's like Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. Those are the times that we mainly work. It's like 3 days to 2 days, at least 2 days of the week we worked with each other. Now it's summertime, and we worked with each other a little bit, and then out of nowhere, I don't see her. Like I didn't see her for like straight 3 weeks. And mind you, she has personality. She brings joy to the company. Like the restaurant is huge, but like it doesn't matter if somebody has energy and somebody has joy. It doesn't matter how big the restaurant is or how big wherever is, their energy, you can feel it. Me being her friend, I'm like, where is she? Now, it's okay. If somebody's gone for a week, it's understandable. And I'm like, it's okay, whatever. It's okay. Now it's been 2 weeks. Now my brain is spiraling. Like I can't. I'm like, I don't know if I can keep this up. I've been working, it feels like alone, right? There's no laughter anymore. There's no joy anymore. Like you can feel the difference. Now I've been working for 2 straight weeks and now I'm questioning upon what's happened. So I talked to my other coworkers, and my coworkers are like, "Oh, by the way, she was crossing the street and this Tesla hit her, and it was the Tesla's fault. And now she's been in the ER or something like that for a couple of weeks, and she'll be back." And I'm like, Oh my gosh, because in my mind, I thought she left. The restaurant industry, a lot of people get the job, they work for like a month and then they're gone, you know? So I thought she left the company and I was sad because I was like, damn, I wish I got to say bye to her or something like that. So I was like, damn, I'm really sad. Come to find out, she came back, started working, limping a little bit, but she was working again. And then since it's summertime, our both of our hours started getting cut heavy. So I started like not seeing her for a long while. And so I asked my coworkers, I said, Where's where's Isabella at? And they said, Oh, she's traveling like, to Texas, to Florida and everything. And I'm like, Oh, okay. And now I'm like, damn, it's been 3 weeks. Where is she? In August, I finally see her, and I'm like, I haven't seen you in so long. She's like, oh, I was only gone for 2 weeks. It felt like for me, 2 months. For me, I haven't seen her in a month because of the scheduling, even though she's only been gone for 2 weeks. Now, it has been the worst 2 months of my life because of the energy that she brings. Her and I just literally can talk for literal hours. She's like an older sister. I bother her, I annoy her, she annoys me. That's the kind of energy that we have. And I really was noticing the difference, like a lot. And so I was like low key, like annoyed. I'm low key pissed at her because I'm like, where are you at? So now it's Friday and I uh, am asleep and I have a dream that Isabella comes up to me at work and says, Hey, by the way, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. And I'm not kidding you. In my dreams, I start screaming. I start screaming so loudly. And then I wake up starshook and I'm like, what a horrible dream that is. Because that's not true. Because I just saw her at work and her and I were just working together. Like that's obviously not true. Like I don't know what we're doing, but that's not true at all. So I go to work that next day on Saturday and I'm just bussing all the tables and she says, "Hey, um guess what today is going to be?" She always says, "It's going to be a good day." And to be honest, it always brings me a joy, but I never like to actually let her know that. So I always say, "Don't say that." And she's like, "Okay, I won't say it." It's our little thing. Anyways, but she's like, like I can tell she has a smile on her face, and I'm like, why are you smiling so much? What the heck? And she's like, oh, by the way, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. And in my mind, I remember yesterday I dreamt of this exact situation. I dreamt that I was screaming so loudly, not at her, but like, sad that she was leaving. And so in that moment, I wanted to scream, but I realized that I'm at work. So I said, okay, I wanted to keep it calm, keep it like, yeah, cool. Like I didn't want to show my emotions because now my best friend is gone. Like this sucks. This really, really, really sucks. You know what? To be totally transparent with you, at first I was not I didn't really feel anything about it. I was just like, it's like, whatever, you're leaving. It's the restaurant industry. That's gonna happen, obviously. So I'm like, I expect it. And then I get done with work, I go home, and I'm just like, my brain is just like really processing it. And I'm like, holy crap, my best friend is leaving. My best friend at work is leaving. And I'm just like, holy crap. And I'm not gonna lie, I start crying. Like the hardest part about working at any job and your best friend leaving you is that you still work at that company and you have to deal with the change of how everything is going to go. Like your brain is always going to be like, I remember the way it used to be. I remember my best friend and whenever we worked with each other, it was an insane duo. Like your brain is never going to give up on that moment. Like if I left the company and she was still here, I would have no problem with it, and I would have no problem leaving her because it's something so different. The job is going to be different, the situation is going to be different, the whole people are going to be different, everything is going to be different. So I'm not sad to leave her or to leave my best friend because the situation is going to be different. But if I'm the one staying and they're the ones leaving, I'm the one noticing the impact and noticing the difference of the way everything is going, the way that I interact with other people, the joy that other people bring, it's not going to be the same. And it's going to be very, very noticeable for me because I'm still working in the same position and I'm still here. I'm still working at the same company. So I can always notice the difference. And to be honest, this isn't the first time this has happened because I worked at Safeway and I worked with this guy. He was my best friend at work for 1 year. And he left Safeway and I was still working there. And I was so sad to see him leave because I was still working as a courtesy clerk, doing everything, doing my job, noticing the big difference of him not being there. And when I got home, I started crying because I could notice the difference of the way everything was going. The joy that he brought in my life, I could see the difference. And when he left, knowing that he's never going to be back, knowing that is not going to ever be the same, you can really feel the difference. You can really feel the difference of working with someone for so long, like being able to literally talk to them about anything, and you two would just laugh about it, to enjoy yourself about it. You can really notice the difference. you know he was my best friend for 1 year and now I'm never seeing him again, and I'm still working at the same company and he's gone doing something else and he's meeting these new people. It's really hard to go through that because the rhythm is just never going to be the same. That person that you were so close with, you're never going to have that same person ever again at that company. There's no way, because every day your brain is going to be like, this person's really nice, but they're not going to be like them. Oh, this person's really cool, but they're not going to be like them. Let's say I got a job and then the person stayed. Like, if I left, I wouldn't be sad about leaving them because the new job is so different. It's nothing like this one. So that's why I'm not able to be sad about it. But the person that's here, they can notice the difference because they're still doing the same thing. They're still doing the same job, and now they can see the difference that that person made upon their life. And so that's why I started crying at Safeway when I came home. When I used to work at Safeway, I started crying because I really noticed the difference that they made in my life and the joy that they brought in my life. And so now my best friend at work, even though I didn't work with her that much, her and I's chemistry was just, it was literally like a back and forth. It was so great to like work with her. And that's why when I came home, I started crying because I was so sad, and my brain started realizing the impact that she has made in my life. And now I'm never going to be able to see that human being ever again. Like, that's insane to me. Imagine working with somebody for so long. Somebody that you literally, like, you can talk to them about anything and they'll just make you laugh, or y'all are able to go back and forth. You're telling me that I'm never seeing that human being ever again? Ever again. I'll never see that human being ever again. You're telling me that I can never see that human being. That is insane to me, that I made such a good friend and guess what? I can't ever talk to them again. It will never be the same. That rhythm that used to be, it's not going to be the same anymore. And so that's why I started crying, because I know that whatever I do, even though they still live in downtown, they're not that far, but like in the end, she's got two other jobs. Plus, she's trying to get a third job. I'm trying to get another job. Like, the odds of us ever being able to talk to each other ever again is slim to none. It's never going to happen. I'm never even going to see them ever again. To me, that's so sad to me because you're telling me I spent so much time with this person. We were able to literally talk about anything, and now I literally can never talk to him ever again. Like it really demoralized me. Because I'm like, what's the point of making friends anymore? What's the point of making any kind of friends if I'm just gonna end up broken and sad? And so I'm just thinking about my life of like, what the heck? You're telling me I spent so much time with this amazing person that I got to know, and now I'm never going to see them again. And that's why my brain just starts to really process what has happened. And that's why I started crying because I could really, really notice the big difference. And now knowing that I'm never seeing this human being ever again, that's why I started crying because I'm literally never seeing this human being ever again. And I think that's so crazy to me to be able to get to know someone for so long and now you're literally never going to see them. That just makes me sad. And that's why it impacted me so much. So that day, when I got home and I cried, I stayed up. Usually I stay up till like 1 in the morning. But this time I like couldn't go to bed. My brain just couldn't, it just was struggling because my best friend is leaving and it really had a hard time just trying to go to bed. So I woke up at 12 o'clock, and guess what? I still felt like my body just didn't feel good. And that next day, I went to work, and I'm not kidding you, right? Isabella, I'm doing my job like I normally do, busting all the tables. She, mind you, she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey." And again, this is what I always do, you know. My body, I knew that I wasn't feeling good, but I couldn't express the way I felt, you know. I'm at work, I couldn't properly express myself. So I just kept doing my job, and then she says, "Hey, Josh, are you feeling okay?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Like again, she knows me, you know? This is a person that just knows me way more than all of my other coworkers. So I try to fake it as much as possible, and try to like put on a smile on my face, and she could really notice the difference that next day. And so she says, "Are you feeling okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing good." Like, but the truth is, I was not doing good. And I couldn't explain to her why I wasn't feeling good because we're in the work because I'm working. I couldn't tell her the truth of like why I felt the way I did. And so I just, straight up said, "Oh, I'm tired. I just didn't get good sleep." Which is technically true. I didn't get good sleep because I stayed up late crying. I also stayed up late thinking about not being able to work with you ever again, not being able to see you ever again. And so that's why I was really, really sad. And that's why I went to work the next day. And even though I tried my best to put up a personality, and mind you, it worked. The issue about Isabella is her and we I don't know how she could just read me, she could read me a lot better than anyone. And the one thing I try really, really hard at work is to not be readable, to make sure that no one can read me. I really, really try to make sure that I put on a good personality, to always have a consistent personality. It's not like joy, it's just more like a certain personality to make sure that no one can read me. If I was smiling every day and then one day I didn't smile, people would be able to notice the difference. But if you're like kind of smiling, kind of not, and you do that every day, you know, no one's going to be able to notice the difference. And that's why when I went to work, nobody noticed the difference other than her because she just knows me a lot better because her and I interact with each other way more. And I was like, dang, like she knows me like that. To me, it's crazy that she knew I wasn't feeling good, but she didn't know what was happening. And I'm like, that's so crazy to me that somebody that knows you so well, they might not know what's happening in your situation, but guess what? They can still be able to read you and be able to like being able to get some kind of information out of you. to be honest, I'm really happy that she is leaving because somebody else that she's going to be working with is going to have joy and they're going to who experience what it feels like to work with her and how great it is to work with someone so amazing. And so, on one half, I'm really happy that she's leaving because some other person, um, they might be struggling at their at this job, and now Isabella is going to be working there, and I promise you, it's going to be different. I promise you, that person, she or he is going to literally love working with them. And so in that way, I'm really happy, right? But the other way is like, dang, like I don't like I won't get to have that person. And so that's what I'm really sad about. Um, it's just the way of life, and to me, it's just so crazy to me that you just never see them again. And that's something that's really hard for me is like making all these cool friends that I've made in my life. And my when I was a dishwasher, I had this guy who was 45, 40, he was 42 years old. He had a daughter, and he just wanted to be the best father. And I worked with him for like 3 months, and I wish I got to work with him even more. He brought a smile, and he literally made my job 10 times easier just because of his joy and his personality. And so I was really sad that he was leaving, because of how much of an impact that he made in my life and the way I looked at the world. And so that it's really hard losing all these amazing people in my life, and meeting all these amazing people and then them leaving me. It every single time it breaks my heart. But I try to look positively upon it because if they're leaving, I know that wherever they're going to, they're going to bring joy. And so that just brings, that makes me really happy is that someone else is going to be able to have that joy, and they're going to just be a light in that place. And so that's something that I'm really happy for her, because wherever she is, wherever she's going to go, she's going to bring light to it. And so I'm really grateful that I got to work with Isabella and be able to experience just working with somebody that literally felt like sometimes it was like I felt like every time I worked with her, it felt like she was a Disney character because every single day she always just had the most she just always had joy. And then the times that she was struggling, I was able to bring her joy and be able to bring her back to that insane chaos person that she is. And so I'm so grateful to work with an amazing person, and I just hope the best for her. Even though I'm really sad that I'm gonna lose my best friend, I know that uh, she's gonna bring joy into other people, and I just hope the best for her in the future. Um, Please let me know if a best friend has left you, and you've been able to notice the difference. Personally, for me as a man, the one thing I like to uh, try to express is that I'm tough, that I'm really hard, that I don't smile, that I put up a personality. That's what men do. We try to put up a personality. But the weakest point of my life upon anything, is when I make such a good friend and they leave, like I can't help it other than cry. Like I can't. There's nothing, I don't know how to express myself other than crying in a corner. Like there is no other way I could express myself. And to be honest, it makes me really, really mad because I keep meeting all these amazing people for them to just leave me. And then for me to just have nothing. It's so hard in my heart to just continue waking up being like, it's okay, get up, you're going to make another friend. And then that friend leaves you, you move somewhere else, and then that new friend leaves you. It's something that's, as a human being, that I don't know how to deal with. And the only way I know how to deal with it is just through tears. And so I don't cry ever. I don't cry, but those are the only moments in my life that I just am weak. And that's the area that I don't know how to express, like I just don't know what to do. Like I just start questioning myself of like should I even make new friends anymore because I know that they're just going to leave me. Like I just start questioning things of like I don't know anymore. Like I made such a good friend and now they're gone. And so one day I just hope that I can make such a good friend and that friend never leaves me. And that's all I ask in my life. Or at least, bro, I would say like I would love to make a best friend and then we're best friends for like 20 years. But then my tears, like when that 20 years hits, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like I'm gonna be crying for literal months because I've known this person for a full year, right? Because like Isabella, I really only knew her for 7 months, right? I only knew her for 7 months. So, like, I didn't get to know her for that long, and I also didn't even get to work with her that long. And so imagine if I did work with her more, imagine if I knew her even longer. Like, imagine how long I would have cried, you know? It wouldn't have been a day. It would have lasted for a full month, a full who knows how long, you know? And so that's why I'm like, I just want to make a friend and I just don't ever want to leave them. I don't want to leave their site or they better not leave my site, you know? If I make a good friend, I'll be honest with you, I would be the kind of guy that to leave them, but I don't ever want them leaving me because my life is going to be hard and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that pain of not having them in my life anymore. And so I really, really do hope for the best. And Isabella, I'm really gonna miss you. And you've been just an amazing friend of mine. And I really, really hope the best for you.